So welcome to the Diamond Push. I am so excited for you guys. I know some of you have been in a Diamond Push group before. Some of you are brand new. We have Liesl here, who's literally just over 1 week of coaching and already gone Emerald and planning her sneak peeks and getting people into the coach sneak peeks and everything else. So, you know, it really is a case of just knowing and understanding that it doesn't matter what's come before you, i.e., you know, whether or not you've gone for a goal before and you haven't hit it, or you're brand new and you're worrying about everybody else that knows everything in the world and its wife about how to do this. Because honestly, Diamond is a mindset. Diamond is absolutely a mindset. Diamond is not difficult, okay? Sometimes I think we like to think that it's difficult, but if you are doing the consistent tasks on the tracker every day, you're sharing your program, you're getting amazing results, and you're really all in with the business, with your mindset. And that's what I'm going to come on to in a short while with your vision and your why. You will achieve Diamond, you will achieve Star Diamond, and all of the rest of it. And I know obviously every single one of you guys here has a big vision and a big why, all of which you've shared with me, and you haven't necessarily shared that with the rest of the team. So I'm going to come on to that a little bit later on. But first things first, I really just want to kind of set some ground rules for the expectations of this group, okay? This group is not like another thread within Team Hustle and Heart, or, you know, any other thread for that matter. And I really want you guys to recognize and see the energy that you bring into that thread. You know, we are going to have good days and bad days, but I really want every single person in this group to take responsibility for their mindset that they take into that group, okay? Because if you're having a shitty day for whatever reason, and you take something into that group, you know, somebody said something bad about your post and, you know, all of the rest of it, that really brings the energy of the rest of the group down. And honestly, it's not fair, okay? And I just want to share that, you know, I've led a team in London. I had to deal with the same. And I can promise you that this business, and any business for that matter, is so much more enjoyable, and it's so much easier to achieve a goal when we go into, you know, a common goal together. You guys are all going together to achieve the same objective. So rally together, support each other, be uplifting, be supportive, but please be aware of the mindset that you take into the chat thread first and foremost, because that will be indicative of what this group achieves, and what everyone else achieves. And I know certainly with the other leaders in the sort of larger pod, that is an expectation, yeah? And you're your own leaders. You're in this group because you are ready to lead. You're ready to build a residual income. And with that being said, it is going to be all about you taking responsibility for that, okay? And as you bring people into the business who are going to be your builders as well, who are looking to you, you're going to need to have that energy. And as I said, it's not to say you're not going to have bad days, but that's where personal development comes in, being really aware of that on those days where, you know, we all have days like that, okay? And I really just want to share a couple of things. So the tracker, I'm just going to share my screen so that you guys can see. Let's just get into the tracker. So just to kind of run you through, this is, you know, as I said, as we've all said in the group, this is a non-negotiable. You need to fill this out every single day, okay? And if you're not willing to fill it out every single day, then it's not the group for you, okay? This is a next level group. This is for people who don't want to be dragged along, who are ready to do this for themselves. I am not going to drag anyone along, and nobody else who leads that group is going to drag anyone along, okay? So if you're having an off day, you want some sympathy from me or from other leaders in the group for that matter, please, you know, yeah, we're there for you to help in whatever kind of way that we can, but we're not life coaches, we're not counselors, okay? This is your business. Yes, we have an amazing community, and that is where kind of the lines can get blurred sometimes, you know, because we think we all need to be each other's friends, but remember, this is a business, okay? And if you want to be successful in this business and you want to lead Diamond and Star Diamond teams, I can promise you that being really aware of what you're bringing into a business and where you're spending your time in terms of, you know, are you just in a chat thread for the community? Are you just there to have a chat? Because honestly, the way that you execute those kind of chats is going to indicate what you do with your business. And if you look at the way I am in the chat threads, it's not because I'm not sociable and I don't like to have fun. I do, but this is my business at the end of the day. This is my 6 or 7 figure income business, and I'm not there to make small chat, okay? So I just really want you to think about that. You know, are you sharing stuff in the groups that is helpful, and are you bringing that high vibe energy? And if not, maybe you just need to go back and revisit kind of where your mind's at and everything else, which we're going to come on to and I'm going to help you guys with now. So the tracker, you know, that expectation is there, and hopefully for you guys, a lot of you are already doing this. So when I was going through this tracker earlier on, it's, you know, it's a new tracker to a lot of us. Some of us are doing the Josh Coates push group, or in my case, the push elite. It's slightly different, but I do love it. You've got all of this here, which is, you know, for me actually, in terms of how my day runs, actually runs quite consequentially in terms of how my day runs. So it worked out quite well. And I love the fact that you've got the individual invites, but please guys, don't complete boxes just to say you've completed it if you've not done it, okay? Because the only person at the end of the day that you're cheating out of anything is yourself. And that's not going to bring you a very great energy if you're going to complete it when you haven't actually completed the tasks, okay? So just be honest with yourself. And again, this is where we're going to dig into the vision and the why, because if your vision, your why isn't strong enough, you're not going to complete this stuff, okay? So that needs to be completed every single week, okay? Maybe you're going to miss a couple of boxes here and there, but for the most part, 80% absolute minimum needs to be completed. And as I was talking about earlier on, posting in your page every single day when you are up leveling your business is a non-negotiable, okay? Again, you're a business owner. What are people going to think of your page if you haven't posted for 3 days and you do that all the time? They're going to think your doors are shut. They're going to think you're not serious about your business. And again, I would question you to come back to your vision and your why to work out why is it you think that's acceptable to not do a post, okay? And certainly as you get more established, yeah, maybe there are times where you're going to post once every 3 days or every other day, but certainly for every single person here and people pushing for diamonds, you know, you're not that established yet in terms of the longevity of your business, in terms of the kind of greater long-term view. And so to build that traction and trust, you need to be posting every day. And I cannot impress that upon you enough. And yes, stories are really, really important as well, because people are seeing behind the scenes. Okay, so that's the tracker. And the other expectation, I think you guys have all agreed to it. In fact, you will have, but Success Club for September is the minimum. Otherwise you get chucked out. And that's not because, you know, we want to be, you know, mean or nasty, but actually if you want to achieve diamond, star diamond, and the rest, as I shared on our team call on Sunday, you need to be hitting Success Club 10, right? 5 people every month minimum, and at least 3 of those should be coaches, okay? Whether or not they're working coaches or discount coaches, that's what you're going to need to be hitting to move to that rank and continue to hold and move to the next one. And I speak from experience. It is the most frustrating thing for somebody to be constantly flip-flopping out of those ranks, number one. And number two, it just makes it that much more difficult. If you go at it with momentum and you're attending these power hours, which have been shared, then you will be hitting Success Club 10, okay? If you're doing all of those things that you say you're doing and you're giving it your all, which you will need to do to go diamond, you're not just going to click your fingers and it's going to happen, okay? It's a mindset, but you are going to have to put some like gusto behind it, okay? So that being said, just talking about diamond, I am going to share this because I know we've got some kind of newer, like brand new coaches, baptism of fire, but this is the actual diamond roadmap. So there were roadmaps shared. There's one that Bailey shared that had kind of padded diamond, which I love. And I love that because it's the mindset of knowing that, you know what, it's not just coming to diamond. It's about ensuring that when you hit diamond, you've built the padding. Okay. And the padding is having an additional 2 active coaches on each side, just so that you are, you know, building in a way that means that you're not going to roll back. And certainly for me as a coach that was in one of these diamond groups, as Charlotte said to me the other day, actually, and I loved her mindset, it's honestly the first time I've seen that kind of mindset in my team being spoken out loud. She said, when I go diamond, I am not rolling back. I'm going to continue to build, and knowing that I need to pad just makes me move forward with more momentum. Okay. And so I want you guys to know that that Success Club 10, it needs to be a non-negotiable, because otherwise, I'm going to be honest, it's not going to happen, or it will happen and you'll roll back and you'll just get frustrated. Okay, so the diamond roadmap, just for ease of clarity, you've got 4 active coaches on each side, 2 emeralds, 1 on each side. And as we kind of shared in our group, I think just for, you know, knowing what you need to do, it's really important that you fill this out with active coaches. You know, if you're putting in active coaches in there, unless you're almost certain they're going to go back to active, you're just kind of giving yourself a bit of extra kind of cushioning, which isn't really there. Effectively, they're not a coach. If they're inactive and then they have no plans of going back to active, there is just 0 point hanging on to hopes of that person going back to active. It's better to move forward with momentum, knowing what gaps you need to fill. And so that's why I like to share it with just active coaches, because then you've not muddied the waters, you've not given yourself a false sense of security, and you know exactly what you need to do. And honestly, guys, I can promise you that when I was in the Diamond Push group and I went Diamond all that little while ago, it was because I did this. I had my diamond roadmap out. I knew where the spots were. I had it on my desk. And as I filled them, I would fill them out. And as they went inactive, I would cross them out and start again. Okay. So I always knew where I was. And that was just the most motivating thing for me, because I was going to get that diamond by the time that diamond group closed out. And I did it. So I just want you guys to kind of really like dial in your mind that this is not something that, oh, do you know what, it's just a piece of paper, it's not that big of a deal. This is really what's going to help you pull in your mind what you need to do to achieve that objective. Okay, so please don't overlook that. So this is just the file that was shared in the page. If you go back into the page, the kind of pod, and you need to find a file, you can just go to the search bar and find what you're looking for. Okay, this Mastermind to Success Diamond in 30 Days Success Manual, if you haven't looked at it, is absolutely incredible. So I would say that needs to be a non-negotiable for you. If you haven't made the time to look at that in this file, it is absolutely incredible. Okay, so the other thing, and I'm just going to stop sharing now because I think that's everything I needed to share for now, but this kind of pod here, this bit.ly file that was shared, is where any kind of resources are going to be for that diamond group. So if you can't find them, they're in there. And I would just say, I'm just going to stop sharing now. Just please, you know, again, this is all about up-leveling your mindset, all about being the leader you want to see, all about being the leader that you want your new leaders to be, right? Don't ask questions, okay? Please don't ask questions unless you've looked at the answer and you really can't find it, because honestly, it's lazy and it just shows your lack of your ability to lead yourself. And that is so fundamental in this business. I'm not here to babysit. No one's here to babysit. And ultimately, you won't build a business if you're expecting your leader to babysit you. And that being said, it doesn't mean that if you've scrabbled around and you can't find the answer and you really don't know and it's something new, that I'm not going to help, because I'm always going to be here to help. But I think there's an element of tough love that has to be delivered in order for you guys to really reach those next levels. When I went diamond, you know, and it's still the case now, Mackenzie's amazing, but Mackenzie is 8 hours behind me. I have been on 2 one-on-ones with Mackenzie for my whole 2.5-year coach career. Okay. I figured that shit out myself. And that's why I'm at where I'm at today. She didn't, you know, spoon feed me loads of stuff. I just thought to myself, do you know what? I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm going to hit Success Club each month. I got into a Diamond Push group and that was it. I was going to do this business. I caught the vision and I believed I could do it. Okay. So really don't ask the question unless you really don't know the answer. And please use our like chat thread. Be understanding of the fact that, again, for some people, you know, they're really doubling down. We should all be doubling down in power hours. And if we're blowing up the chat thread with loads of stuff about, you know, stuff that's not business, it's honestly quite annoying. So I just want to be honest. And it's not because, again, I don't like to have small chat. Like, that's why I do the Hustle and Heart Social, but just be really aware of how that will damage your business and your own mindset if that's the way that you're going to treat this chat thread, which ultimately is going to take you to that next level. It really, really will. But you need to have that mindset coming into it of, do you know what, this isn't a social. I'm not just here for the social. I'm here to build, and I'm here to get this vision, achieve this goal. And I know a lot of you here have cried over your vision and your why because you're so passionate about it. So when you're thinking about whether or not to send something out in the chat thread, just think about, is that helpful? Do you really not know the answer? Or could I find the answer? You know, is it going to distract people? So just that as well. And kind of the main part of this call, just to open up, which probably seems, you know, like, well, why aren't there like tangible tips about how to do X and Y? Well, we'll come on to that in some of the calls. But the really most fundamental piece to your success, and you guys know, like, I always talk about this until I'm blue in the face. You guys have been on a lot of my team calls. It is your vision and your why, and it's your mindset, okay? Your mindset, 95% of your success will be determined by your mindset. And your mindset, kind of pulling in your mindset on your commitment to this, is going to be directly linked to how clear your vision is, okay? Because I promise you, on the days where, you know, we all have good and bad days, and I definitely have bad days, but I don't feel the need to share them with the team. Can you imagine if I went into the team page and I just said, I'm having a really bad day, blah, blah. You know, it just not be great. Yes, like I will share and post that I'm like, you know, I'm moving through like the anniversary of my mum's death, for example. I'll share that. But I don't find it helpful to talk about it loads, because actually then I just dwell on it. And I also think, again, be aware of the energy that you're bringing in. So with that being said, just really think about when you're letting yourself off the hook, which inevitably that's the mind, right? When we're pushing for a goal that we've not reached before, we're going to have to do things, and we're going to have to take action that we haven't taken before. Okay. So if you're in this group thinking, do you know what, I just plod along with what I've been doing before, and I just see whether or not I hit diamond, it's not going to happen. Okay. So whatever you have brought to a previous group, whatever, you know, actions you have been taking, I want you to think about that. What is serving you? What isn't serving you? And where do you need to level up? Are you leading sneak peeks? Are you leading bootcamp sneak peeks? You know, Lisa was talking to me earlier on. She said, I'm going to do my own bootcamp sneak peek. I'm going to get loads of people in that. I'm going to share a video on what is a bootcamp. And I thought, great. She's taking the initiative and she's just doing it. Okay. So just ask yourself on that stuff. Your success will be directly linked to how many live events that you host. And that's so true. So your vision and your why, that is where you are going to either say, oh, do you know what, I'm having a really hard day, but this is my vision and I'm not letting go. I'm not going to allow myself off the hook, because I've committed to this vision and I know I can do it. And I might be having a hard day, but I'm not giving up, because for me, this is the future of my family. This is us flying first class whenever. This is us having our holiday home in Barbados, whatever it is for you. Okay. I want you to know what that is, and I want you to know how it looks, or even perhaps how it smells. Like, where does it smell where you're going to live, or whatever it might be for you. You need that front and center in your mind, because I promise you, when the going gets hard, and it does in this business, you're going to have good and bad days. You are going to need to pull yourself into that vision. When the alarm clock goes off and you say, do you know what, I've done this alarm for like the past 10 days, and actually, do you know what, it's not exciting anymore, it's growing old. That's when you need a really clear vision, because I can promise you, if you don't have a clear vision, you're just going to hit snooze and it's never going to happen for you. And with that vision, I just want to share something that I've learned with Atomic Habits and The Compound Effect, 2 amazing books. And essentially the concepts are really similar. And it's essentially about saying that if you do everything 1% better, then you are going to end up in a completely different place than if you do it 1% worse. Okay. So imagine you snooze your alarm, you don't get up at 5, you get up at 5:15. You've just made your performance 1% worse. Okay, where are you going to end up in the long run? And I just really want you guys to think about that. And it does tie to vision, because in those moments when you're making a decision as to whether or not to turn on Netflix or whether or not to do 20 more invites, it is going to be your vision that you say, do you know what, I can't sit down and watch Netflix for 2 hours, because actually this vision that I've committed to is too big for me to actually say, do you know what, I'm just going to sit down and watch Netflix. And I promise you, that is the difference between people that see phenomenal success in this business and people that don't, because they are so blinkered. They are so blinkered. They know where they're going. Nothing's going to stop them. No one's going to stop them. You know, and I've shared this with you guys before, but when I was in the other room, the roof fell in. I lost my mum that year. Our Audi got stolen off the drive. We had cracks in the house. We had subsidence. Nothing was going to stop me. And it was in that year that I stormed from diamond to 3-star. Okay. So yes, we all have life that happens to us, but I can promise you, if you have got a really clear vision, okay, and a vision is that vision board. We've shared that before. If you don't have a vision board on your desk, front and center, printed, laminated, you need to go and get it done, because honestly, having it on a computer screen is not enough. Okay. If you haven't done one and you're brand new to this group, that's fine. Like, I don't expect you to have one, but I do expect you to have one by the end of the week. And that isn't kind of forced, proactive, like on the timer tasks. That's an hour of sit down time, right? Actually, have I ever allowed myself to have a vision for my life? Have I ever actually put it onto paper? What does it physically look like? Where do we live? What school do my children go to? How often do we holiday? Do we own a holiday home? I don't know, whatever it is for you. Have you done that? Because if you haven't and you're not willing to, again, you're not going to hit diamond. You're certainly not going to move through 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and all of the rest of it and build those residual incomes I know you guys want. Okay. And your why. Okay. So the vision and the why are two very, very different things. So the why is why you're doing it. Okay. So, oh, well, I'm doing it because I want to help people lead healthy, fulfilling lives. But why? Because I've had my own experience where I haven't felt great about myself and I want to help other people do it. But why do you want to do that? Because actually I want to be able to work this business flexibly so I don't have to go and work my day job anymore. But why? So that I can be at home with my children more, you know, in the times that they're off school. Why? Because I want my children to have the most amazing experiences and memories with me. But why? Because growing up as a child, I didn't have that because my parents worked so hard that I rarely saw my dad. We never traveled and I never had those experiences. And why is that important? Because I don't want my son to ever not experience life in full color. That's mine, right? Arthur will have everything. I don't ever want him to feel humiliated or that he can't have things that the world has to offer, because do you know what? I can be bothered to get out of bed in the morning at 5 a.m. You are going to have to work now, guys, how other people are not willing to work to have that life that you want in 5 years' time. Okay. Particularly for most of you, this is how this business is built. You're working full-time jobs. That is hard. Okay. And it is hard if we don't have a clear vision, because do you know what? You're going to go, this is way too much. Like, oh my God, this is compromising my life, blah, 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 blah. And your spouse or your partner or your family are going to go, yeah, I don't know why you're doing it, because that's what they'll do. And if your why and your vision is not strong enough, you're going to go, okay. So if you feel as though you haven't got that deeper why, you haven't dug deep, and I always talk about Dean Graziosi, Millionaire Success Habits. He goes 7 layers deep on your why. And I remember doing that. I was in Barbados with my family. I just left Savills. And I did it with Guy and I bawled my eyes out. I absolutely bawled my eyes out. And I had never, ever connected with my why in the way that I did then. And that was, I'd started coaching on the 18th of March and that was the end of April. And honestly, I clicked a switch in my brain. That was it. I was like a dog with a bone, and I still am. And I'm never, you know, mindset wise, it's not a question of like, if I succeed, it's just a question of when. It's never like, will it happen for me? It's when will it happen for me? You know, so have you got that mindset? And if you haven't got that mindset, guys, you need to get that mindset. And the way that you're going to get that mindset is digging into that stuff and really working it out. And please, when you're doing your vision, don't look at someone else. Again, we had a team call about this on Sunday. Don't look at someone else and go, oh, great, they've got that on their vision board, I think I'll put that on there, right? You're not going to connect with that. You know, your vision might be something, you know, a lot of people might think mine's completely like, you know, really extravagant. I don't care. That's my vision. That's what I want for my family, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Some people might think, oh, that's Izzy's vision, I'll just steal the same kind of ideas. That's not going to work either. Okay. So no one's vision is better or worse than someone else's, because perhaps you've just got a different idea of how that looks. But what's important is what that is for you and your family and your life. And what I really, really strongly advise you to do, if you're really close to people in your life who are going to be impacted by your vision, that you actually talk to them about it. Okay. If you don't talk to those closest to you about it, guess what? They don't think you're serious about this. They're going to let yourself off the hook. And when you decide that it's got too hard and you think you might quit, you will quit, because you haven't shared it with them. And that shows your level of belief in this business. Okay. So really dig into that, because I can promise you, when, you know, in this group, we're saying like, run a sneak peek, you know, get all over it, invite loads of people, go live. Again, you're just going to completely freeze up with like the most horrific bundle of nerves and say, do you know what? I'll just do it next month. But if you've got a really clear vision and a really clear why, you're just going to do it anyway. And I just want to kind of cover that briefly, because I think sometimes we think, oh, well, that person probably never been nervous about anything in their lives. I can remember doing that first sneak peek, and I was nearly physically sick. I was nearly physically sick. I was so nervous. I was doing it with Claire, who isn't with Beachbody anymore, but we were doing it together, and I was nearly physically sick. And that single one thing is the thing that propelled me and really made me realize, you know what, that wasn't perfect at all. I took messy action. It really wasn't ideal. I learned a lot about it, but you know what, I could do it. And I just want you guys to to know that when you are being asked to do things that are uncomfortable, it's not because it's not for you, it's because to grow, to be that person for those people that are going to come into this business and you're going to lead, which is so exciting, they are going to be the people that look up to you and say, how did you do it? I'm just reading this now, hold on. Yeah. You know, and then the team vision. So a lot of you guys know the team vision. We are currently a 3-star team and we need 2 more diamonds, one on the left and one on the right. But also, you know, some of you guys are in my second business center or in Guy's business center. For me, one or the other doesn't make any difference. So if you're in a second business center or you're in Guy's business center, and you'll probably know who you are if that's the case, it doesn't mean any less to me. For me, it is that we are building successful teams that are building residual incomes for you. Okay. Yes, the recognition is nice. Yes, the 5-star is the goal for our team as an elite team, as the main business center. But my goal is to develop 5 amazing leaders. Okay. And I don't care where those leaders come from. So I just want to share that. But you guys are so much part and parcel of that. And I believe in you. I really believe in you. We've got people here who are already like, Joe is basically halfway to diamond coming out of nowhere. And I just want you to know that if you go all in with this and you take this amazing diamond group seriously, I promise you that you will propel yourself. So I just wanted to kind of bring you back to that, because this opportunity that we have with some of the amazing leaders that have come out of the Push Elite that I'm leading this group with Josh, I'm not sure we'll get another opportunity like this with all that energy. So please don't sit on your hands. Please don't say, do you know what, today is, I'm just not feeling it, whatever reason, or this or that. Call yourself out. Is it that it's not this or that, or is it your mindset? Okay, because often, unless we're actually physically ill, it's our mindset, and that needs work, and it needs constant work. And there's never a day that you shouldn't be working on your mindset. So with that being said, this is something that I did in the very first Diamond Push group that I was a part of. And we were going to share it in the greater thread, but actually I think there's like 60 or 70 coaches in there, so it won't work. But I thought this would just be an amazing way to really get used to confronting the camera, really dig into your vision and your why, and really get to grips with everybody in this group and actually build a deep connection with them. And honestly, when we did this in the Diamond group that I was in, a lot of those videos made me cry. Okay. And the video you do might make you cry. So what you're going to do, I'm going to task you to do a 6-minute video, no longer. Okay. Because otherwise people aren't going to watch them. And it's not going to be useful for you either, because it'll just take too long, to talk about what does diamond mean for you and why? Okay. Where does it take you? Okay. What does it mean for your life as you continue to scale your business in the way that you would build to diamond and beyond? Okay. And why is it on the days that get hard that you're going to dig in? Okay. And what are you going to do to work on that? And really, like, these videos shouldn't just be surface level. And that's why I shared, like, but why? You know, you guys all have a deeper why, and you will have one in there. And a lot of the time it's attached to our childhood, it's our memories, it's our upbringing. Okay. And that defines you. We don't want to live in the past, but we really want to dig deep and work out what that is and that vision. Okay. So that's your why. And the vision, what does it mean that you're able to allow yourself with the life that you're building? Okay, where do you live? What do you do? How does that look for you? And, you know, and just open up that vulnerability. And I know for a lot of you, you're probably sitting there going, oh my God, literally hate this idea. But I can promise you, number one, sharing something so vulnerable with a group is scary. But when it comes to doing things like sneak peeks, you're going to be that much further down the track of, do you know what, sharing stuff about being a coach, and your why, not as deep as you're going to share with the rest of the group, makes it so much easier. Okay. And also you guys are going to have a common bond then. So then, like, you know, when you're digging in, you're all going to know why one another's doing it. And I just think that's a wonderful thing. You know, this, what we do is about achieving amazing success as a team, and community is really important. So I want us to work as a positive, uplifting team that's going to support one another in getting there, because I know you guys can do it. I think it's really important to share that. So I will just say, submit that 6-minute video max. I know that's probably hard, and it would be hard for me too, but 6 minutes max. by the end of this week, by Sunday evening, just so that, like, if I said tomorrow, that would be a bit mean, but just to, you know, really ensure that you guys have sat down and you've done that task. Okay. And then the other thing that I would like you to do is just share your vision boards. Okay. By the close of play on Sunday, share your vision boards in our threads. Okay. And share that video, because then you've committed to it, you're accountable, and everybody knows what that looks like. Okay. And again, please, no comparison. It doesn't, no one's vision is better than anybody else's. But I think then, you know, you will be astounded, even if you've done this before, by how much that's going to motivate you, because that's going to be your renewed vision. Okay. Because vision boards need to be visiting. Right. So let's just, what am I doing here? Does anybody have any questions? And please ask questions if you do.
I do.
Yeah.
Hello. Question about the tracker. So
yeah.
I'm going to flip my camera around and show you what
my
actual office setup looks like right now. I went to go and get all my stuff from storage. So I'm going to set up I'm going to do my tracker on the computer, like we talked about, because I can't seem to do it on any of my devices.
Yeah.
Do you do your tracker? We submit once a week, right? Or do you submit? But then every day you go through and make sure that you do those tasks on a daily basis.
Yeah, I would be checking them daily, because that's what, you know, it's no use having a track and then people completing them at the end of the week.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you do your bits every single day, just kind of make sure that you tick. I say tick all your boxes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That you make sure that you do every single task on there daily, rather than getting to Saturday night and go, oh crap, I'm not sure if I've done this, and then tick 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 tick.
You won't be able to do it. You won't be able to do it. There are tasks that actually repeat themselves, and you need to do them every day. And honestly, you know, I know you're a new coach, so for you, it's literally a baptism of fire. But I can promise you, this is going to stand you in such good stead, because it's going to set you up for actually, you know, once this group's closed out, oh, you know what, Liesel's in her patter, she's done it, because she's commit to the tracker every day. So daily, absolutely daily. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I was just that video bit, I'll listen to the recording back. Don't worry about repeating yourself, but I did miss half of it because Max came in here and asked me a ridiculous
question. So I can just repeat. It's you don't watch the whole thing back through. So it's a 6-minute video on why you want to become a diamond coach and beyond, what it's like 2-star, which is building your residual income, what it means for you and what it means you can do for your life. And really digging deep on that, as I said, like 7 levels deep, and really sharing your vision, like what it means for your life, where you go, what do you do, how does, you know, what does that mean for Max, you know, all of the rest of it, and just sharing that with the rest of the group. So yeah, a 6-minute video.
Okay.
If you've done it right, it will probably bring tears to your eyes when you're thinking about what you're going to say.
Oh my gosh, I mean, it doesn't take much, does it? Stop crying.
I quite like
thinking about it, I'm like, oh my god, where's the tissue?
I thought to myself, the investment banker's not going to get tearful about anything, so she'll just.
Oh my god, you're not. No idea. I literally cry every 5 minutes.
I've got to know that.
I cry so much. I think I'm outside of work because I can't cry
based on at work. Yeah, I get it.
Say hi, everyone.
Okay.
Hello.
Has anyone got any other questions? Have I scared the living daylights out of you? And you know what? As I always say, like, it's tough love, because I know that that's what you guys need, and I know that's what I would need. So thank me. Don't think I'm nasty. Hayley, you've been scaring me for a couple of years now.
Hi Izzy, I've just got one quick question. I'm just about to sign up another coach tonight. She's just back. But I'm still really confused about where I'm putting everyone on my.
Oh, okay. Just reminded me. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That was perfect timing. Right. I got this up and I was like, oh, I've covered everything. No, I didn't. I missed sponsorship drill down. So sponsorship drill down. Okay. Let me just, can I scroll up when I'm on a Zoom? Oh, maybe I can't. Yeah, I can. Hold on. So this is the other thing. Look, back office accountability. I don't want to be telling any of you guys, oh, you put someone scheduled inactive on this leg. Like, you, again, as your own leaders, need to be checking this stuff. I would say every day. Like, whether or not you've got 2 coaches, they could cancel, you could not get the email. You need to be your own leader and lead as you mean to go on. And I check my back office about 2-3 times a day, I'll be honest. Okay, so that's what you need to do. You go to monitor my business, because people always say to me, oh, I can't actually see my coaches. Sponsorship drill down, okay, is where you want to be here. Okay, now, Joe, what you need to do is go to your sponsorship drill down and look at the balance of your coaches, which I'm not going to do for you because you can definitely do it yourself. So go in, look at your sponsorship drill down. And I always say for Diamond, you're going to build 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. Emeralds, 1 left, 1 right. And then we're going to look at volume, okay? Because you're building for Diamond so that you can max out the compensation plan. And you don't max out the compensation plan per cycle until you hit Diamond. So for all intents and purposes, you want 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. The other thing that I'm just going to quickly share is, I think my computer's running super slow, which is annoying. So I'm not going to show you. But there, under, I think, monitor my business, there's, it says preferred placement. That should be set as automatic. Okay. And when I was a new coach, I was like, oh, I need that coach to go on my left. So I clicked left. And then lo and behold, when I was pushing for Diamond, every new coach was going on the left. I didn't check my drill down and I ended up building like 5 on the left, 2 on the right. It was just so annoying. So make sure.
That's what happened with me. If you remember last week, all of mine, they'd all gone on the left. So then when I set up my control account, I had to then email the contacts.
Yeah, so you don't need to do that. You just go to forms and documents.
Yeah.
On the far right.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. Yeah, and I had to make sure she was put on the right. So I had,
if you go and set the preferred placement now and you put automatic, it should place that coach where it's going to build balanced. Right. Okay. But then when they've enrolled, again, you want to be logging in every day, guys, and that just needs to go on your list. It's going to take you 2 minutes. But again, I'm not going to babysit you on like, oh, you need to, because again, you're not going to become your own effective leaders if you're expecting me to tell you guys that every week. So to be honest, I'm doing you a favor. Yeah, definitely share that in the thread. If there's really good training on it on YouTube, Imogen, that would be amazing. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to unmute myself. It just shows you like how to change things and time frames and stuff. So I'll find it. I watched it when I had to do it because I was building on my left as well by mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll find it.
Because you have max 5 days, and the amount of times I have coaches say, oh, I'll move them. And I'm like, you've got 5 days, and they're like, oh, I've tried to move them and they won't move them. I'm like, was the time gone? Oh yeah, the time's gone, and then they're stuck. So just be really aware of that. Okay, and the final thing, just for you guys pushing for Diamond, really crucial, I shared in the team page earlier, my sneak peek is on Thursday. So for those of you guys that haven't got a sneak peek set up yet and you're actively inviting to coaching, which hopefully you guys all are, get them in for the live stream, because the live stream is, I think, probably 4 times more effective than watching a recording based on my conversion off live info sessions, like without question. So hell for leather till Thursday, guys, on coach invites. Just hammer it. Just get them all in my sneak peek until you've got your own setup, which we're going to train on anyway. Yeah. Awesome. Are we all excited?
Yes.
All going to smash our diamond goal. I'm really excited to see these videos as well. And I'll do one as well, just so that for good measure.
Just for fun. Okay.
Just for fun.
Should we just post them as soon as we've done it? Or is it a set time on Sunday? Or just whenever?
Oh, no, just like Sunday, close the play Sunday. I'm just going to stop.